Does that look okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we just saw a couple clips of two different aircraft, and we're here to talk about why we had to change.
We didn't have to change.
No.
Why we changed.
Why we changed, yeah.
Yep. Why we chose to change.
Right. What did you have prior to the Bonanza?
So prior to the Bonanza, we had a 97 Citabria made by American Champion. So loved the airplane and kind of really didn't want to sell it, but we had a different mission in mind.
Two-seat tandem?
Two-seat, it was only a two-seater. The Citabria airplane is what we call low and slow airplane. So it's great for just flying around, putzing around at night, checking crops, great visibility. It's a high wing airplane, so you can see everything below you. That's why we had it. And it's a tailwheel airplane, which all your crop dusters are tailwheel. So this just keeps you more proficient.
What was the horsepower in that Citabria?
160 horsepower.
Okay. Why did you get rid of the Citabria?
As we got within 2 years of me retiring from General Mills, we decided that we wanted to be able to fly around the different parts of the country and, just see different things. And we thought, obviously the Citabria, it's not a very fast airplane, so that's not a good fit for that mission. And you're not going to be able to carry a lot of luggage in that airplane. Your useful load, by the time you get it full of fuel and 2 people in it, you're pretty much maxed out on weight. So we decided to switch and get a true cross-country airplane, we call them.
November 1222 Mike, VFR traffic, 10 o'clock and 8 miles southbound, altitude indicates 5,500, unverified, type unknown.
And you can Mike looking.
Anything? 1336, resume
I don't
normal
see anything
speed.
yet.
So we found this Bonanza, and that would fit that mission better. One of my other missions was to I already had my instrument rating at the time, but I was not current. So I wanted to have an airplane where we could fly approaches and stay current, to be able to keep that, I'm going to call it rating. Anyway, I wanted an airplane so that I could stay current with my IFR.
So you searched for this Bonanza, and you found it where?
We found it in West Virginia. It was low time hours on the airframe. It was set up nice for IFR, which is your instrument rating. It had, an updated panel with some newer avionics in it. It had autopilot, and it was a retractable landing gear. So we found it out in West Virginia.
So tell me the story about going out there.
So that was right at the start of COVID. So I grabbed my flight instructor, and we took off from Cedar Rapids Airport one night to head to West Virginia. We flew commercial out there, and there was 6 of us on the airplane, 6 paying customers, and 2 pilots and 2 stewardesses. So I think they lost money on that flight, but anyway, it was a fun flight because there was hardly any weight in the airplane, and when we took off, and I swear they were taking off, it just felt like we were going straight into the sky. So, but it was fun. But yeah, we found it out in West Virginia, and the flight instructor and I went out and picked it up.
did you have the Bonanza?
The Bonanza, we had, well, bought it 20 and sold it 24, so we had it 4 years.
Were you able to use the Bonanza the way you anticipated?
No.
Why is that?
That was, so the last couple of years we had it, we only flew it 5 hours 1 year and 6 the year before, and it was just, that's not good on airplanes. They need to be flown, and so basically, you know, our mission changed with, you know, when I retired from General Mills, I was helping on the farm, and that I, you know, just needed to stay closer, and so basically our mission changed, and it wasn't being flown, so we decided we just needed to sell it and get it into somebody's hands who would actually fly it often. And we, actually a couple guys from close to us, about 30 miles away, bought it, and they were going to upgrade the avionics even more, better than what it had, and they're going to fly it quite a bit, and have been flying it quite a bit.
And you got to fly it down there
Yep.
for them? And
Yep, I flew it down there to the Iowa City airport from Vinton, and so that they could put it in the shop down there and do a pre-buy inspection on it and all that stuff.
so the Bonanza is sold, and what did you decide to replace it with?
So actually, we found another Citabria, and actually it was on the West Coast. It's actually a 1969. The Bonanza was a 66. So I went from a 97 Citabria back to a 66 Bonanza, now to a 69 Citabria. So, but it had been totally rebuilt from the ground up. They repainted the airframe and everything, put all new fabric on it, repainted the airplane. It's just a beautiful paint job on the thing. And actually we bought it and had it home before we actually got the Bonanza sold. So we did have them both there for a while, but and then I found a couple more things on it that I wanted upgraded. So as of this time of recording, it's in a shop right now. It had heel brakes on it. We're converting it to toe brakes, and the ADS-B was not working. We're getting that fixed in it. The radio was not good, so we're replacing that with a Garmin radio. So some of the panel lights weren't working, so we're getting those fixed. Had an exhaust leak in it, so sent out the exhaust to get it all fixed up. And so anyway, hopefully here within a couple weeks we'll get to pick it back up and bring it home.
Okay, so you found the Citabria out on the West Coast. How did you get it to Iowa?
So let's see, we were in harvest, or were we cover crop seeding? We were cover crop seeding.
Yeah.
So when we bought it, or when we thought we were going to buy it, so we hired Shane's brother Mikhail to fly out, and we flew him out to the West Coast. I can't remember if it was in Washington or Oregon, but it was on the left coast. But we flew him out there, and he did a pre-buy inspection on it for us. He's got his AMP license, and then deemed it to be okay and all that kind of stuff. And so then we wired the money and got the purchase made, and then he flew it back for us. So, which was kind of an event in itself, because a storm had just kind of rolled through the area, and it was kind of a slow moving storm, and he'd leave like a day later and catch up to it, and you only be able to fly like half a day and wait, and half a day and wait. So it took him a while to get it home, but flew over the mountains with it and brought it home, and we've got a video of that when it's coming home. Okay, so we are expecting our new airplane to show up anytime here. So it got picked up in Oregon from by Mikhail. He did a pre-buy inspection on it, and he's bringing it home. He was following a storm all the way, so it really slowed him down. He kept catching up to it and having to stop. So anyway, he's coming in right now, so we're about to see it.
That looks like a fun airplane, and I think it is too. So, have you been happy with changing back to a Citabria?
Yep, we love it. We will fly this airplane way more. With the Bonanza, you really have to have a mission for that airplane. It's not an airplane that you just pull out and putz around with. The Citabria is, you can just push it out and fire it up and go flying around for 45 minutes to an hour or whatever you want to do. It's so simple, and it's the Bonanza has to have a mission, and our mission, like I said, pilots, when they're talking about buying an airplane, they might throw out there on the Facebook groups, what do you recommend? And the first question people ask is, what is your mission? If your mission is to just fly low and slow and putz around, obviously they're not going to suggest a Bonanza or, a Piper Arrow or anything like that. They're going to suggest these smaller airplanes. A lot of them are 2-seat planes, things that can just putz around and you're only burning 7 to 8 gallons an hour of gas, and if you say your mission is, I want to be able to fly my wife and a couple of small kids to see our family, 2 states away, well, then obviously you're talking more of a Piper Arrow or a Bonanza, Beechcraft Bonanza, or something along those lines that would get you there quicker. So anyway, but yeah, this is going to fit our mission now a lot better, and we've kind of changed a lot of different things over the last couple of years, and this is going to fit good with what we want to do.
First time we took it up, I was like, we're back.
Yeah, it's you can slide the window open or whatever while you're flying, where you can't do that Bonanza. If you're just putzing around low and slow, you can slide the window open or whatever and get fresh air, and but yeah, it's gonna fit us really well, and glad we made the purchase, and glad we're doing some upgrades to it. And
that'll be nice.
So yeah, it's gonna be good. So yeah, that's our story on why we traded.
Yep. And thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can be alerted when the next one comes out.
Yep. Thanks for watching.